Hi guys, today I'm going to solve a LeetCode problem. The problem number is 125, valid palindrome. So it is given in this question. It is given a string s. Um, so we need to check if it is a palindrome. So let's go through this problem. So a phrase is a palindrome if, in our case, a string, right, is a palindrome after converting all uppercase letters into lowercase letters and removing all non-alphanumeric characters. It reads the same forward and backwards. So this is very important. So a palindrome is a palindrome, so I googled what is palindrome. So a palindrome is a sentence or a verse or a word which reads the same backward and forward. Okay, so that is a palindrome. So and alphanumeric characters, basically we have to remove all non-alphanumeric characters, right? So what is alphanumeric character? Alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. So a non-alphanumeric characters is basically your colons, your commas, your hyphens, your asterisks. So we are, even in our case, we also need to remove the spaces. So these are non-alphanumeric characters. Okay, so we need to remove them and we need to lower them. And then what we need to do, we need to reverse this string and compare. And if it is true, if it is the same when you read it from the back, then we need to give the output as true or false. Okay. So example one, the same thing. It is given a string s, a man, a plan, a canal, colon Panama. So it is true when you set it to lower, remove non-alphanumeric characters, and then reverse it. It reads the same, right? A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Okay, so this satisfies that it is a palindrome. Okay, but the question number two, we return false because when you revert the string, it is not a palindrome. Okay, and then the third one is empty, but it satisfies to be a palindrome because when you read empty from the back, it's the same. So we give the output true because it is a palindrome. Okay, so let's go to our Visual Studio and try to solve this problem. So for this, I have copy pasted the example one, and we have to return the output true, and this is the explanation. And palindrome is something that reads forward and backward, and then we need to remove what is the non-alphanumeric characters is basically example space, bracket, hyphen, some and asterisk, right? So we need to remove them. So first step would be remove non-alphanumeric characters, right? And then and lower it. Okay, lower the uppercases. Okay, so this is our first step, and the second step would be to step two would be, let's say this is our original string, right? Okay, and step two will be to reverse it, right? Reverse reverse it. Okay, so let's say this is our um, reversed string, right? So step three would be to compare, basically. Sorry, step three would be to compare step one and step two. Okay, step three would be compare and check if original string equals to reverse string. So if original string equals to reverse string, it is a palindrome. Okay, then it is a palindrome. Okay, palindrome. For example, I would give you a simple example. A word called madam. Okay, so when you reverse this, you would also get madam, right? So this satisfies to be a palindrome. Okay. Yeah, I hope you can picture it, right? So basically, when you reverse madam, it is the same when you read it from the back, right? So it is a palindrome. So this is what I wanted to do. You have your original string, you have your reverse string, original string, reverse string, compare it and check if it is a palindrome. Perfect. Okay, so let's use the same wordings that we have used. So let's say we have a string this, right? So what we want to do is we want to lower it to lower, right? And then remove any non-alphanumeric characters. Okay, dot where x such that character dot is digit something. Okay, letter or digit, right? It will only get the letter and digit and pass that X to it, right? And then what we want to do is, um, okay, pass the X to it. Since what is this? Can convert character to string. Okay, so how are we gonna do it? Let's put a var here. I want to show you, right? So what I have right now, I should have I enumerable of characters. Okay, so let's debug it. Okay, um, okay, so I should have INumer exactly. So I have removed all the non-alphanumeric characters and lower it, but I have the INumerable, but I want it in a string format so that I can compare something like this, you know, madam to madam. Okay, so how we can achieve this? We need to concatenate. Okay, there's something called string.concat. Okay, string.concat. Here you go. What it takes is it takes INumerable characters. So that's what we have right now, right? Here you go. So does it is it our string? Yes. So I can just explicitly say string, right? So now do I have my original string? Let's say okay, here you go. So this is what I want, right? So when I take everything, the spaces, the columns, and the commas out, I should get this. So this is what I wanted, right? So now I need to reverse it. Okay, the second step is to reverse it. So let's say string. Let's copy the same word wording name wording. Okay, string. So original string dot reverse, right? That's it. Dot reverse. Okay, reverse gives you I again the same. Reverse gives you I enumerable of character. Okay, so I need to change it to dot to string. Okay, so it will give me a string also. So and then how we gonna compare it? We're gonna compare it using, let's say, var result. Let's say bool result, right? Bool result equals to original string dot sequence equal. There is something called sequence equal in .NET, right? Reverse string. So it should give me a true or false. Sequence equal gives you a boolean and it compares the two string or a character of INumerable. Okay. Okay, let's debug this and hopefully it is clear for you. Okay, so my original string is this is my original string, right? Okay, and I reverse the string, right? Okay, so here is my reverse string. Um, it's false. Reverse string is false. Okay. Okay. So basically, I can't do this dot to string. So what I need to do is I need to do either a string dot join or string dot concat. Okay, to change it into a string. So basically, you can't do dot to string on INumerable of characters. Okay, so that was wrong, right? So let's debug it again, and hopefully we can get the right answer right now. So this is my original string. This is my reverse string. Perfect, right? So this is what we are comparing, right? So bool result is true. Okay, so it works. So but from the code perspective, don't you think this is an overhead? Like we are trying to convert every time to the string, right? So we don't need this. We can actually just have two INumerable of characters and we can compare those two, right? We don't need to change every time to string, right? I know it is easier, but we could also do this, right? So it is more appropriate from a coding perspective. So it compares both INumerable of characters. You see, it takes INumerable characters and the first and the second and returns a boolean. Okay, so this should also work. Okay, so it's less overhead, you know, from the coding perspective. Okay, here you go. There you go. So it has two INumerable of characters. So what is there in my first one? This is the first one that we removed the string to lower and check if it is alphanumeric. And the second one is the reverse string, reverse INumerable of characters, right? And then here we're going to check the sequence, right? If it is matching each sequence. So right now this should work, right? So let's just do this. Let's remove this and put this back to here. Okay, for debugging array. So this is my 3 line of code. Let's go back to Visual Studio and try to put this into action. Okay, there you go. Run all my test cases. Okay, passed. I just want to put my, you know, this comment also, so that it shows in my when I submit it. Okay, here you go. So okay, so let's just submit it. Okay, great. It works, and it is 93 milliseconds. And this is my code, and this is also the steps how I achieved it. And so thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and look for other videos in my channels. Please do browse, and I will come up with more videos. Thank you.